Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. J. Thanks for joining me. In this math lesson today, we're just going to go over these two worksheets as answer keys. These two worksheets, they are 5.9 reteach and 5.9 practice. They are going over comparing fractions, which we've already done a lot of, so I didn't make another video for those. So hopefully you can do these or follow along with me, or maybe you already did them or you have your answers on a separate piece of paper. But you'll need these two worksheets. They're both word problems with comparing fractions, but I think you would be able to figure them out because you're going to be using the symbols less than, greater than, or equal to help you. And we've talked about comparing lots of different fractions. If the numerator is the same, if the denominators are the same, what do you do? Or if the fractions are completely different, I do have my fraction strip paper handy from last week. So you may need this to help you if you have two fractions that you're not sure about. All right, so get your correcting pen ready or your pencil ready to go over this with me. And let's take a look at our answers here, okay? So, Thomas ate 3/5 of a submarine sandwich. Olin ate 3/7 of a submarine sandwich. Who ate a greater fraction of his sandwich? Well, if we're comparing 3/5 and 3/7, we know that when the numerator is the same, we have to look at the denominators, and a smaller denominator means bigger pieces. So if this sub was cut into 5 pieces and this sub was cut into 7 pieces, the one that's cut into 7 pieces is going to be smaller. So the one with the fifths would be smaller. So the 3 pieces in the fifths would be greater. So that would be Thomas that ate more of his sandwich. So the answer for number 1 would be Thomas. Number 2, Addison's glass is 6/8 full. Andre's glass is 7/8 full. Whose glass is fuller? Well, we're comparing 6/8 to 7/8. And when our denominators are the same size, we have to look at the numerators to tell us how many pieces, and we see that 7/8 is bigger. So Andre had the glass that was 7/8 full. So our answer for number 2 would be Andre. Number 3, Vadim has painted 4/6 of his bedroom. Has he painted more than 1/2? So I'm comparing 4/6 to 1/2. Well, right off the top of my head, if I think about sixths, half of 6 is 3. So I would know that 3/6 equals 1/2. So if he's colored 4/6, he's definitely colored more than 1/2. But if I wanted to use, I have to find out my fraction strip paper to double check. Okay, here would be my line for half. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4/6 is bigger than 1/2. So if he's painted 4/6, he has painted more than half. So has he painted more than half? Yes. Okay, because 4/6 is bigger than 1/2. All right, Anya and Maurice are on a climbing wall. Anya is 4/6 of the way to the top. Maurice is 4/7 of the way to the top. Who has climbed higher? Well, when the numerators are the same, so we're talking about the same number of pieces, we have to look at the size of pieces. And something cut into 6 would have bigger pieces because that's a smaller denominator. So 4/6 is greater than 4/7. So Anya is your correct answer for number 4. She's gone higher. And number 5, Tarek is running a 1-mile race. His mother is cheering 3/8 from the start, and she shouts, "You're halfway there." Is she correct? Well, 3/8. If I'm thinking half of 8 is 4. So 4/8 would actually equal 1/2. And if he's only 3/8, so no, poor Tarek is not yet halfway there. So is she correct? No, he's almost there, but he's got to go from 3/8 to 4/8, which would be half of the mile. Okay, so there's your answers for the first paper. I hope you did well with that. Let's see how you did on the practice paper. Let's see. Oops, I have to find it. I put it on the floor. Okay, so our practice paper. So, all right, Stella buys 11/8 pounds of cherries. So we have something that's greater than 1, because remember 8/8 would be 1, so 11/8 is even past 1. Paul buys 9/8 pounds of plums. Who buys more fruit? Well, if I compare 11/8 to 9/8, remember when my denominators are the same, I have to compare the number of pieces at the top. 11/8 is bigger than 9/8. 11/8 is larger. Okay, because if I were to count and I had 8/8 and then I was going to continue going on a number line, I would have 9/8, 10/8, and then 11/8. So 11/8 would be further on my number line. So 11/8 is larger. Number 2, Kaya walks 3/4 of a mile to school each day. Ava walks 6/8 of a mile to school. Ava says that she walks farther than Kaya. Well, we're comparing 3/4 and 6/8. I'm going to pull out my fraction strips for this one, just to double check. Okay, so 3/4 and 6/8. So I have 3/4, 1, 2, 3, and now I'm going to go down to my 8ths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at that. They each walk the same amount. So 6/8 is equivalent to 3/4. So I don't know what they're arguing about. They both walk the same distance. So Ava says that she walks farther than Kaya. No, they walk the same amount. And we found out that's because 3/4 is equal to 6/8. Okay. The next thing I have, Charles has finished 2/6 of his homework. Has he finished half of his homework yet? And this little hint says, find an equivalent fraction in 1/6 for 1/2. Well, you always want to take half of the denominator. So half of 6 is 3. So 3/6 would equal 1/2. This is kind of like the racing question. Remember 4/8 said he'd gone halfway? Nope. 3/6 is halfway. If he's only done 2/6, has he finished all of his homework, half of his homework yet? No, because 2/6 is less than 1/2. Okay? Mina's glass is 8/8 full. Amber's glass is 6/6 full. Whose glass is fuller? Well, I'm going to say neither of them, because we know that 8/8 equals 1 and 6/6 equals 1. So 8/8 is equal to 6/6. So whose glass is fuller? Neither. because they are equal. All right, our last one here. Oliver and Ida are racing across the pool. Oliver has swum 7/8 of the way. Ida has swum 7/10 of the way. Who is ahead in the race? Well, let's compare 7/8 and 7/10. Now remember, when our numerators are the same, we're talking about the same number of pieces, so we have to look at the denominator to tell us about the size of those pieces. So if something is cut into eighths, those pieces are a little bigger and tenths are a little smaller. So 7 pieces of eighths would be bigger than 7 pieces of tenths. So 7/8 is greater than 7/10. So Oliver is winning. He's gone farther because 7/8 is bigger. All right, boys and girls, I hope you did well with that. I hope you were able to correct your work and you did well. Whether you were just watching or filling in the answers or actually correcting, I appreciate you being here with me, and I hope you're getting better at equivalent fractions.